So these are like my all-time favorite brushes, and there are going to be some steps that I don't have a brush to show you guys for. What? Does that make sense? Basically, like for example, if I don't have a powder brush, that means that I haven't found like my all-time favorite powder brush. So yeah, these are just my brushes that I love, I can't live without, and there are some things that I don't have a favorite brush for yet. So always open to any recommendations that you guys have for your favorite brushes so I could go buy them. So I'm going to start off with face brushes, and I guess I'm just going to start off with the one that's in my hand right now. So this is the MAC 116, and this is just the, okay, I'm going to put this down right there. So this is the MAC 116, and the reason why it's in like a smaller barrel because it is the SE, which means special edition, I think. This came in a holiday gift set, but they're still the same shape as normal MAC brushes. It's just a shorter handle. I love this brush so much. It's literally the perfect brush to really bronze up your face. And I really think that the shorter handle kind of adds to the reason why I like it so much. I don't know. I like that I have like a nice grip over it when I bronze my face because I really like to get in there when I'm bronzing. Absolutely love this brush. I will say that this one sheds, and I find that with MAC special edition brushes, the ones that you get in holiday gift sets, they will usually shed, and they're not always the same exact quality as the larger handle MAC brushes. But honestly, if you're looking to get into MAC brushes and you don't want to spend like $60 for one brush, then the little packs are a great deal. So I absolutely love this brush for bronzing. So next up, I have a brush from Coastal Scents. This is the BR-C-S25 brush. It's just a really nice powder angled brush. I use this for pretty much everything when it comes to doing my face makeup. I set my makeup with it, like I'll use powder underneath my eyes, I contour with it, I blush with it, I bronze with it. It's just a great all-in-one everything brush. I purchased this during the 50% off Coastal Scents sale. I want to say I paid like, honestly, no more than like $3, but I could be so wrong. I could be so wrong. But I know that Coastal Scents has really cheap brushes for a good price. I actually have a few other brushes from Coastal Scents. Not my favorites, but still really great brushes. As far as contouring goes, I'm not really one to always pick up a special brush to contour my face with, but when I do, it is always this brush right over here. This is a Morphe brush with no name on it. I will look for it. I will put it down below. But back in the day when Morphe was still new, they really didn't have a lot of names on their brushes, which is why some of my Morphe brushes don't have names. This is just a regular domed, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory what it is. This does shed a little bit, but I don't really mind it because it is such a perfect shape to contour with. It's kind of like, you don't really have to think about it. You just put your contour on and you're ready to go. It really blends out nicely and all that stuff. I'm sure that Morphe has made the quality of this brush better since I bought it. I bought this like a long time ago when Morphe was literally brand new. So I really recommend this brush, and of course we all know Morphe is really affordable, so you can't go wrong. Another Morphe brush I have is the infamous M310. A lot of people talk about this brush like it is life, and honestly it is a great fan brush. A fan brush is something that I always thought was so unnecessary. I'm like, why the hell do people spend money on a freaking fan brush? Like, what do you do with this brush? It is the best brush to highlight with. Like, it just really, if you're someone that likes a really nice like feathered out highlight, then you would absolutely love using a fan brush. It really kind of does the work for you because when you set your fan brush on your cheekbone, it just touches those high points and just highlights perfectly. Like, you don't really have to think about where you're putting your highlight. You just kind of put in that general area and it kind of does the work for you. I doubt you guys are going to be able to see, but this brush does shed a lot, and it kind of lost its it didn't lose its fan shape, but it's kind of all over the place. It is a cheaper brush. It doesn't cost that much money, so you just kind of have to like deal with it, I guess. But I will say this is the best fan brush that I've come across. Like, it's kind of the perfect like thickness, density, and it applies product nicely. You could go in with a heavy hand, a light hand, so yeah. Another highlighting brush that I love, I think I featured this in my favorites for the month. This is the LUXIE 660 Precision Foundation Brush. I guess this is for foundation. I use it for highlighting. Absolutely love it for that. It reminds me of the Anastasia highlighting brush. Not that I have that brush, but from what I've seen, it kind of reminds me, like the shape of it and stuff and the general idea. It's just really great if you like a heavy highlight. I don't think this is for someone that likes subtle highlight, but we all know subtlety ain't my thing. So really great. It really packs on the highlight and kind of melts the product into the skin. So I really recommend this. I have no idea how much this cost. I got this in my Gen Beauty gift bag, but once again, I will leave everything down below so you guys can see for yourselves. I was honestly debating whether or not to show these two, but it wouldn't be a favorites video if I didn't show my two favorite brushes, obviously. So the first brush is the angled highlighter brush, and this is from Real Techniques. I believe this was limited edition, which is why I was kind of hesitant to show you guys. I just really, really love this brush, you guys. It's not something that's completely necessary to have in your collection, but it just works so well. I love setting my under eye powder with it, and I love kind of doing an all over base shadow with it. It's one of those things where, like I said, not necessary, but so amazing to have. And I feel like if this randomly went missing tomorrow, I would definitely miss it. So yeah, I really, really like this brush. It is limited edition. Real Techniques always comes out with like limited edition brushes like this, so I'm sure you could find something pretty similar. Lastly, for face brushes, this is another limited edition brush. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I use this brush literally all the time. This is the cheek brush from Real Techniques. I think this is limited edition. I'm not 100% sure, but it is literally the best foundation brush I've ever used. I will say that it is very, very, very similar to their buffing brush. I mean, all Real Techniques brush have like that same density and stuff. I just love the shape of this. I don't know what it is. It's like a dome and it's also dense. So I love like it applies foundation so easily, covers a large area. So yeah, and I also love the fact that you could buff with it and you could also kind of paint on with it as well. Yeah, so I'm sorry that I'm showing this, but it really is my favorite foundation brush. So yeah. So let's move on to eye brushes. I have quite a few. The first one I picked up is this one. This is the Morphe M440 brush. I really love this brush because it's just a simple brush to pack on shadow with. I'm the type of person that I used to never have these type of brushes. I just had like a ton of blending brushes, and then one day I'm like, dude, I have no shadow packing on brushes. So I went to Morphe and I picked this up. This was about a year ago, and since then I've purchased about like 5 of these. I really love them because, first of all, great shape, picks up product very nicely, and also super cheap. I don't wash my brushes a lot, you guys. I like to have a few of each brush, especially with like lid packing on brushes. I'm always using different lid colors, so it's nice to have something that I could just have a few of. I believe these cost about $3, $4 if I'm not mistaken. Really great brush, does the job, no complaints. Next up, I have my Holy Grail eyebrow brush. I was once again debating on whether or not to show you guys this product, but you know, it wouldn't be a favorites video if I didn't show you guys the brush I use every single day for my eyebrows. This is once again from Morphe. I've mentioned this before. Morphe has changed the shape of this brush. This brush doesn't even have a name on it, you guys. It's so old. But I will leave their updated version down below, like the name of the updated version. The reason why I love this brush is because it was so thin, and now I feel like the ones that they have are not as thin as this. This really reminds me of like the Anastasia eyebrow brush, which is why I loved it so much. And this cost me like what, like $1.50, and I'm so sad that I didn't buy more when I first purchased it. But honestly, even the newer ones, they work totally fine, and lately I've been using the newer ones because this is literally beat to death. So still works great, and you can't beat the price. I mean, seriously, it's under $2. Like, there's no beating that price. I have to show these two together. I use these in pretty much every single tutorial now. Like, I love them so much. These are like my perfect defined crease duo. Like, you need these brushes in your life, both from Morphe. We have the bigger one. It's the Morphe M506. This has a bit of a dome shape, and it's so tiny, and it just fits so perfectly in the crease. And then we have the more pointed version of this brush. This is the M507. So they're kind of like brothers, and they work like bomb together. So nice. I love like using the M506, the bigger one, to really just blend out and create a nice blended cut crease look. And then I love using the M507, which is the pointed one, to really define the crease or even go underneath the lash line, smudge out any shadow. They work so nicely. Honestly, these are the two brushes that I cannot do my makeup without, which is saying a lot. I use these literally every single day. Love them, love them, love them. So the next brush I have to show you guys is from Sigma. Sigma used to be everything back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember old school YouTube. Everybody had Sigma. If you didn't have Sigma, I mean, you shouldn't even be on YouTube, right? So I purchased a whole set from Sigma when I first started like getting into makeup. And honestly, a lot of people don't really purchase Sigma a lot anymore, I feel like, because of brands like Morphe. Like, they have cheaper brushes. But I'm going to put this out there. Please don't kill me. Morphe, Sigma's quality can't be compared to Morphe. Sigma has amazing quality. I mean, I've had my Sigma brushes for like 6 years now, and they're still going strong. I still have like all of them. They work amazing. They don't shed. So yeah, I will say I love Sigma. I actually need to buy a few brushes from them. But with that, all that being said, this is one of my brushes that honestly, if I can't find it, I will have a heart attack. I will panic and it'll just be over. So this is the E40. Like, literally, it's so scraped off. It's the tapered blending E40 brush. I use this literally every time I do my eyeshadow. I love a blown out crease. You guys know this. So this brush is literally essential for me. And honestly, anytime I do anybody's makeup, my own makeup, I just need to do a final blend with this. Like, I don't know if it's a habit or I don't know what it is. This is just the best big all over blending brush I've ever used. I recently purchased one from Morphe. Works amazingly, but I don't know, there's something about the density of this brush and like the shape of it that just, it does it for me, man. I don't know what it is. I really love it. It is a bit more expensive than Morphe. I believe Sigma brushes are now what, like $12, $15, I'm not sure, but I would say that it is totally worth it. I have another MAC like special edition brush. Once again, this brush is still permanent. You just have to buy it with the longer handle. It's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. This is the MAC 226. Beautiful brush. Love the shape. Love the density. It just works amazingly. Really blends out a nice crease without getting it all over the place. MAC brushes, once again, are expensive. You can find dupes, whether it be Sigma or Morphe, but honestly, MAC quality, it's up there. It honestly is up there, and I feel like sometimes with brushes, you can get lucky and find really great, good quality dupes, and then sometimes I just feel like you have to shell out the money and pay for the real thing, and I definitely feel like this is one of those brushes. It works so nicely. I did want to give a quick shout out to my Sigma Blending E25 brush. It's kind of the standard 217, is it called 217 from MAC shape? Like, it's kind of flat, but it's blendy as well. Blendy, is that even a word? I love this brush because honestly, it's kind of like that one brush that you could have and not use any other brush. You could blend with it, you could pat on color with it, you could define with it. So if you are starting out in makeup and you want like 1 or 2 eyeshadow brushes, this is definitely going to be one of them because it just does pretty much everything. And the Sigma one is pretty much the best dupe that I found for the MAC one. I do have the MAC one. I personally like the Sigma one a little bit better. So the last brush I have to show you guys is kind of random. It is the brush that came in my Smashbox Full Exposure palette. I love this brush so much. Okay, first of all, we all know that usually brushes that come with palettes suck, but this is such a great brush. I think Smashbox did an amazing job with designing this brush. The quality is A1, like it is so great, and it really works with the palette and with other products as well. It has a blending brush on this side, which is like that kind of standard, like what I was just talking about, the MAC 217 or the Sigma E25. You could really just blend out anything with it. And then on this side, you have a double-sided brush. So one side has like a more packed feel to it, so it's perfect for packing on glitters or shimmery shadows. And then the other side has just like a standard very useful brush that you could literally pack anything on with. So that's why I just feel like this brush works so well, and also just the convenience of the fact that it's literally 3 brushes in one. You can't really go wrong with it. So I really salute Smashbox for creating such a great brush that you get with the palette. Okay guys, so that is it for my favorite brush video. It was in no way like a kind of starter kit video. If you guys want me to do a makeup starter kit video, please let me know. I think that's actually a nice video to do. I know when you first enter the world of makeup, you can be overwhelmed by the amount of brushes, the shapes, the sizes, the prices. So if you guys want me to do a full like makeup kit starter video, I would be so glad to do so. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you guys have any recommendations that you guys would like me to try out or that you guys love as far as brushes go. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!